Hello, this is Greg. We're cleaning a computer today. It is a HP. Let's see if I can turn it up here to where you can see it. It's an HP Core i5 Intel 9th generation. And this is just a maintenance day. Didn't touch it that time. So the first thing we're going to do is take it out and blow it off. It's got all kinds of dust and stuff just kind of caked around. So we're going to pause the video, go give it a blow job, and we'll be back. We're back with this. You can see it's nice and clean. Didn't take much. Blow it out. If you don't have an air compressor, I recommend using the a shop vac that has a blow side on it. Make sure that it's nice and clean. You know, don't just hit it with it, but make sure you got a nice clean shop vac, something with a bag in it. And it does a pretty good job too. So you don't really need an air compressor if you have a shop vac that blows. We're going to go to the motherboard. First of all, we'll need a multimeter.
And I already took out the RAM.
Yes, the RAM's
and
been
cleaned
removed.
off the ends.
Now let's go ahead and grab that Zoe multimeter. Oh, no, grab your quits. We'll use that one. Okay, what are we doing here? We're testing the battery here. So we need a ground and a plus. And what do we have? Ooh, it's only 3 volts. We'll get rid of that one. So let's go ahead and give that a little push back. Come on, there you go. Kick you up. All right, so 3 volts is not bad, but since we're doing our maintenance, let's just follow through with the whole thing. Are these? Nope, those are 2016s. 2032. Almost all of these will take a 2032. I've never found one that took anything else. So, and what you want to do before you put the new battery in to save yourself from embarrassment and pulling everything back apart again is make sure that it's good. That one's 3.3. So we'll take it. New battery. Okay, now let's go ahead and get rid of this. Thank you. And we're going to pop this. Let's undo the fan first. Does it have a clip? No, it just kind of slides off. Come on. There we go. We're going to pop this heat sink off. I try to kind of hold them down because they're spring loaded and not like just release all the pressure off of one side at once. I don't know if it'd hurt anything or not, but why torque it if you don't have to? And it will. There we go. That side's out. Okay, there we go. And now on this right here, this is what I notice when I do this thermal paste. Let's clear off a little spot here and just move that over here. Move this. Right there. That's nice, and it's a pretty good view, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, now let's look on the microscope here, and you can see how thin this material is. It hardly even builds up at all. It's the same way on the other side on the processor itself. So all I'm going to do is wipe this off, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of heat of thermal paste in here because it's so thin. If it was really thick, I would add more. So just be careful if you if you just put a giant X in here and shove it on when you have that little of a gap, it's just going to push all of that paste over into other parts of your processor. You don't want that. So let's throw that battery in the bin, as they say, and we'll need a little bit of alcohol, some virtual toilet paper, because it's, almost, it looks like toilet paper, it feels like toilet paper, but it's really not toilet paper. It's this assembly of toilet paper that just flies apart. But it works really good for cleaning these processors. And this heat sink, let's go ahead and reapply to the other side here. Clean this one off. Nice. Nice and clean. And this is an Intel Core i5. It's an i5 9400 SR3X5 2.9 gigahertz. And then there's the serial number X017D434. Okay, we're going to go blow some of the dust off of this, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. We have cleaned up the heat sink. We blew off the board, but we had to remove the fan from the heat sink because of all of the dust in it. And I am just running this brush through each of these to clean them up. It goes real quick and it's very effective. You don't want to do it over your board if you can help it, because you just make your board dirty again after dusting it off. So I'm kind of off. I guess I am on camera. And you don't want to take these fans, you don't want to just blow the air and let these fans spin wild, because it can mess them up. You can shorten their lifespan. This is what we ended up with this heat sink. Nice and clean. It's all round, so it shouldn't matter which way I put this, I hope, because I didn't mark it. All right, now, so there we go. There's that. This is going to sit on here just like, wait, shaking a little bit. Okay, just like that. The fan plugs in there. All right, now, thermal paste. This one is going to get that much thermal paste, and that's probably going to come out the edges. Now, when I put this down, that's why I wanted to place it and everything. I want to set it. You don't look at the top, because you'll square the fan and miss the screws. So we'll want to line up the screws here, right here, and we want to just let that sit right down on top of that paste. There, 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 and there. Boom. And that went right down on it, and then we'll just get those screws started. Oh, come on. There it went. And like I said, I try not to torque these. Just go all the way around. There. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just kind of giving a little 5 count for each screw as I go around to have it all go down nice and flat. That one stopped, that one stopped, that one stopped, and that one stopped. So boom, it's done. I don't go any further than stop. There's no torque on that at all. I'm just literally just touching it. That's it. Just to make sure it stops tight. And I can even see just a little bit of thermal paste underneath that thing right there.
I think I can too.
Perfect. So Anyway, keep that in mind when you add thermal paste. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we put one on already just as a trial. It is a heat sink right here. We're going to put another one on this video chip. So, I'm not taking that cord out. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Can we see what I'm doing here? Yeah, right there. I can see that good. Okay, now what we have is some thermal pad. We're going to take 4 chunks out of this. Nice and tight as I can get them in there. And then I'm going to take a heat sink, stick it right on top of that. Give it a little push down. And they seem to hold fairly well. You know, I mean, that's about as much impact as this should ever take. And they sit on there nicely. So hopefully we won't be setting ourselves up with a booby trap in the future to get a short circuit in here when that thing falls onto the other part of the board. But that's why we do repair. We can fix it. All right. So now that is, I think that's as far as we're going to go with the board. We did not reseat the processor or the hard drive. So, and I'm not going to. I'm just not going to. So anyway, let's go ahead and clean that RAM up and stick it back in here while the board is out of the, or you've already cleaned it up.
Yeah.
So, beautiful. All right, let's see. Which way does, okay, so the RAM's installed. That's good, nice. Then this is looking good. Let's set it aside. Put it down on the other thing. Then we're going to go to the video card. This needs to be cleaned up next. So, on this, I believe the whole fan housing and everything is attached by these 4 screws. Okay, now, these are all loose. All right, I think we're good. I don't see anything springing around or nothing. Oh, there's the springs right here on the bottom. All right, so the video card stuff is going, let's move the thermal paste over here. It's going right here in this front slot. 2. Okay. Oh yeah. Now this one. Now look at this one. Let's pull this microscope out here. We'll take a peek at how this. I'm gonna undo this. It's just a pull out. Let me look at the other side. Yeah, it's just a pull out. And don't pull the wires on these. Pull the plug. I got old man fingernails, so they're like little screwdriver tips. I can really dig in and pull on them. So you might need a pair of pliers if you're younger and more plious. So let's move this back over here. And can I just set this right there? Now this one, you can see how thick it is.
Hang on.
What do you got? Oh, thank you. Good. Excellent. It's always good to have 2 people, huh? So you can see how thick it is and how much they put on. It's just all over here. I can't push on that because I don't know what's under it. And then on this,
Look at all those air pockets in there.
Yeah, there's air pockets all over it and stuff. And you can see how thick it is on the outside. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Did it heat up and boil out? Because, yeah, there's like a, look at that. There is a, there's like a spot there in the middle. It looks a little
light.
Yeah. There you go. There's a good word for it. Looks a little light. All
This
right.
might be perfectly timed. I might have lost a video card
You
soon.
sure this is a quarter? It looks a little light. Okay. I grew up in the 70s. Leave me alone. Okay. Let's clean this off. This is just a little alcohol in here. This little scrub up. Nice and shiny. And then around these edges, I don't try and go super, you know, what's around there is around there. It ain't going to hurt anything to leave it. We just don't want to put that much back on it. Ah, okay. Thank you, Dave. Get me a cameraman. Maybe I can just work and not have to worry about it. Boy, this is really, wow. Wow, that is really, what is that? Hand me that, how about the scalpel again? This is not the processor, it's just the heat sink. I wonder if this was some kind of a pad that they stuck down, just kind of a because look how square it is. Small children, watch yourself. Scalpel in your hand, you're going to cut your finger hard, so push the blade away. I almost did exactly the opposite. I don't look good in red. Let's get that out of the way. All right, let's try that alcohol again, see if we have any luck. Man, what is that stuff? There, now it's coming. I'm getting it. There we go.
Can we put our own heat pad on there and then thermal paste, or would we just want the paste?
No, just the paste. On this, you just want to. Well, actually, what would be ideal would be for this to fit so tight to that there would be no air gap and you'd be no thermal paste.
Mm-hmm.
But we have not got that technology yet. Or if we do, they're not telling us about it. Where's my thermal paste at? Oh, well, no, not yet. Not yet.
And it's right here.
Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and pull this. Let's set that up there. I'll probably need it again. All right, we need to pull this fan shroud off. So that is going to be this little screwdriver right here. Go right in between the fans. And one. I'm still putting my video card screws in that same slot. 2 and 3. Yeah, there's just 3 on this one. Excellent. And that just pops off. Oh, look at that. All right, hold on a second. Give me a marker. Right behind you there, in that pen holder. Excellent. Just going to put an arrow going towards the wires. There we go. Arrow towards the wires. Now I can pop that out of there and I know exactly where it went because the wires go right through that slot. And because all this moves.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to fight it. Okay. All right. We'll be back in a few minutes. We're going to go do some blowing off and see you soon. Okay. Here we are again. Let me put on my headgear. Now, I am not going to clean up any of this excess thermal paste around here in fear of knocking off a component. So I'm going to leave it in place. I've already put 2 screws underneath of this board right here. These little spring-loaded babies. Just to save time on the video. And let's see how this thermal pasting goes. Just going to put just a touch. That's going to overflow. but that's okay. This is a gaming computer, so it's going to need it. And then I need to just set this there and there. Hold it down. Now, both of those left me. So, go ahead and give me the blue-handled screwdriver. Let's go ahead and just stick it on here. And here. Ha, got it. There's one. Now, flip it over. How far off am I? A little bit, not much. Not much. There. Reach behind here. Wow, I can't believe that works so easy the first time. These are usually so much harder. And boom. All right. Now, I just want to take these until they stop. That one's already stopped. Stop. Stop. Okay, and that's it. Boom. That is on. Nice. Okay, now let's see. Shall we? Let's go ahead and put the whole top together before we do the rest. So this...
Fan first.
Yeah, I just want to see how it... that goes there, just like that. So this comes off of here. We'll roll it over, and then I have that slot and my arrow. Just go right through here. Just like that. And boom. Everything's lined up. Look at that. It's like I knew what I was doing. Only because I've messed it up several times. You wouldn't think it would. With 3 screws, you wouldn't think you could be so fumbly with it, but it can be. All right. And then it's very important, just get these screws just started at first. Just make sure that they're going in the hole right, and that's get a couple of turns on them, and then just go ahead and give them a little, just to where they kind of feel like they're tightening up a little bit, and then go around and just give them a little bit of extra. Now these, I recommend kind of, because it's plastic to aluminum, I recommend giving them a little bit of, make sure if they're on there good, but not so much that you break the plastic, if you know what I mean. And look at this, I forgot to plug it in first. See if I can do it. Oh my God, look at that. Ha! Thank you, Asus. Some of them you can, some of them you mess that up, you're done. You got to take it apart again. All right, let's make sure that wire is not going to hit the fan. There we go. Yeah, I wonder why it's shit hit the fan and not wire hit the fan. There we go. Because that's where you got troubles. All right. And there is...
Shit was invented way before wires.
But what about the fan? You had to have the wires before the fan. Maybe. I suppose
you don't need wires for a windmill.
No, you don't. Okay, so yeah, the top is together. That all looks good. Now, what we're going to do extra on this one is right underneath where all of that heat sinks material went, we are going to put this. All right, so let's pull off, how big is that? Let me see that thing. We're going to need 9. And then a pair of tweezers. I think this pair with the white ends on them might work good. Thank you. These are definitely a lot more gooey. Okay. I suppose that should work. There's a little push. Now that's staying on there. That'll help. That'll at least get it in and out of the house and stuff. Yeah, that's actually that actually molded down
Nicely.
nicely. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Look at it. Let's get a little bit more pressure right back here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It kind of just like squishes right in around those components. Yeah, I think that's going to be,
That should help
that
a
should be
lot.
way more than anything it's going to get. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And that is, we're doing this extra, but the rest of this is required on any video card just to keep it working good. If you want it to work the way it did when you got it, you have to take it apart and clean it every now and then, or it's just going to get hot and quit.
And just like that one, it's probably only 2 years old, and that thermal paste was looking
horrible.
wary.
Well, I'm almost thinking that I'm going to start replacing thermal paste on everything we buy. Just pull it out of the box, just tear it apart.
See how the factory did, and see if we want to do better.
Exactly. All right, now let's go to the next step here, which is going to be put it all back together, I think, isn't it? Or did I miss something? Your
I don't think
your
so.
CD drive worked just fine, doesn't it?
Yeah, it works great. I think there's even still a movie in it.
Now, let's not take it apart until it's broken. It's easy enough to pull out at any time. Don't fix it if it's not broken. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the off. Let's take the box. Now, we didn't take apart your, we need the power supply first.
Oh, okay.
We didn't take apart the power supply and do any extra cleaning on it. You think we might regret that later? I don't think so.
I think the biggest issue was my video card getting hot during some games.
Let's go ahead, just to be thorough, let's go ahead and pop this cover off.
And take a peek.
That down. Just take a look at the capacitors and make sure there's none bulging. Easy enough to replace while we got it this far. It's snap tied on right there. Well, hand me a snap tie out of that right behind you where you found the marker. Okay, well, we're going to have to slide this whole, I guess we'll have to slide this whole box off of here. It's all one wrap. There we go. All right.
Wow.
Capacitor looks good. There's a lot of dust. We'll blow this
that out then.
Yeah, we'll blow this out for sure.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, that transformer is, oh yeah, boy. Should we pull the board? Oh no, we got access to both sides of the board right here. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so we got this blown out. Looks pretty good inside. Basically what I check for on these are any discoloration in the board, front or back. I've looked at it under the microscope. It looks pretty much brand new. So yeah, we knocked the dust out of it, so we'll put it back together real quick. This cover just slips on. Oh, I am gonna check this ground screw. Just Yeah, it's tight. I find them.
And watch the cables.
Make sure we don't pull anything apart. That's not nearly as big as the one that was taken out. But we'll have to deal with the code guy when he finds it. Okay, where's my little trimmers here? Get rid of that. Okay, there's our power supply cleaned up. All right, now let's get back to putting this together. First, the power supply went in. Was it? Oh boy. No. Look at this. Yep, that's it right there. It went in, snapped down. There's a release right here in the back. Let me show you this. I didn't see this the first time. Right here is a release that just, you push it down and the whole unit slides out. And then it snaps back in. You line it up, push it down, and it snaps right back in. I'll pull it all the way out again. There's a clip right here that goes right into here. Oops, wrong way. Right there. So, nice. Just push it down, clip it in, bam, it's locked. All right. It's the 3 longer ones that go in the power supply. I'm probably just being picky, but it's just nice to have the screws back in the same spot they came out of. I know that I put those screws right there, so. All right. Right here, didn't it?
Yeah.
We'll put that in next. We'll put the motherboard in first. Usually it is. Usually that's what you want to do is the motherboard. Okay, now the 15 pin went right through this hole. So we're just going to slip this in the front. Put my hand over here a little bit. And set it down right there. That look lined up there?
Yep, it's through.
Wow. Thank you. Who made this baby? Acer? Is it still an
HP.
Acer? HP. Thank you, HP. That was very nice. That just went straight in. And I am going to immediately hook up this antenna. Thus, I will forget later. And we will have to take it back apart. It will be hard. And I don't want to. It's hard enough trying to do them with like this. Well, maybe I can just grab it. Oh, come on now. Boy, it does just snap on. Yeah, it just snaps right on.
I can give it a shot.
I got it.
Oh, perfect.
That's all you had to do. Offer to help. The damn thing just went right together. Okay. Now, all the screw holes are lined up perfectly.
The universe knew your struggle would end one way or another. It just gave it to you.
All right, everybody. Oh, it's help's coming here. Just give it. It's done. Let him have it. Okay, and this little wire right here goes right there. Excellent. So, all right. I'm not going to tighten any of these down completely. There we go. On most of the things I use it on, it works very easily. We got the RAM in. I have not slipped a screwdriver yet. I really like this Torx idea. You know, I can drop a screwdriver. That's one thing, but to have the head slip off. There's too many little parts that just disappear when they get hit by something. Weak ass bitches. Sorry, children. And one more. Okay, so let's give these a little. I don't worry about going around the board or anything on these as far as like a torque pattern. I'm not really torquing anything down. I'm just making sure they don't come loose. You know, they want that board coming out of there. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Moving forward. All right, now let's try for this fan. Boom. Boom. There were only 3?
I think so.
There were only 3.
There's a dimple where a fourth should go instead of a hole.
Okay. All right, so there and there and there. Now, let's go ahead and hook this power supply up right now. Well, we have lots of room sitting here. This little guy goes right there. Nice. P1 goes to P1. And P3 goes to P3. Easy peasy. And then this wire came over. Kind of rested right there. Okay, so we have a new battery, new thermal paste. We have 2, and I don't know, did we show these 2 here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, excellent. All right. Now we need to, let's hook up that second hard drive now. Where did we set it at? Right here. And this went in this way. Right. Well, let's just give this whole operation a little turn here. Sorry, folks, not trying to hide from you, but we got to see. There. There and there. And I'll bet you that this was these little shorties right here. Yeah. Go ahead and grab a hold of that hard drive for me. Right. And right there. Either of those 2 holes are good. All right, and hold that still. All right, go. You can let her go now. It shouldn't move. All right, and now I got 1, 2, 3. Am I going to get lucky on this 4th one? Yep. And 4. Now these I like to give a good little, not really super tight, but make sure they're on there nice and solid because shit spins inside of there. Stuff spins inside of there. Apologies. Okay, now the black one. Let's see. Does it say something on it? I shouldn't just call it the black one. P161, and right there it says it right there. P161. So, and it goes that way. So that's hooked up, and then this one went over to the blue one next to the white one. I'm back to color coding things. That took me 3 seconds. Okay, now I think that we can go ahead with this bracket. Oh, shall we install the video card next? Let's actually get it in out of our way.
One sec.
Okay. There. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, and this. Oh. See, I just knocked that, one of those heat sinks off of that chip right there. Boom, got it. All right. Now that slips in there. Come on. Right there. Got you. Snapper. Yes. Nice. That went right in there nicely and the thing snapped. Okay, give that little sink a little push. And I think the lid holds that down a little tighter. Oh, no, that was...
it was... I had it in the slightly wrong spot.
Oh.
And it slipped into place.
Okay, now we'll take this little baby right here, and it has a screw hole right there, and it just goes in here and rotates down. Let me see what's in its way here. Wire there, wire there. There we go. And then these wires hooked in right there. Okay. And then we will take either one of these and, oh boy, torques. Okay, nice. And then we'll take this little guy right here, slip him right into, I guess that's it. Well, maybe we should put the front cover on first. No, I think I took this out before the front cover. Let's put this on
I
first.
don't think it matters with the front
Yeah.
cover.
And then we hook that one up there. This is pretty much, can't do this one wrong once these cables are kind of formed where they go. They just won't fit in the wrong way. It's in there good, good. Okay, why do we have a screw left? What have I missed? What have I?
Is it this?
Yes, sir. Thank you. That is exactly it. That goes in here, folds down, and the screw goes right there. That's what I need. And we did hook up the antenna. All this is hooked up. Yeah, everything's hooked up. We did everything right. Okay, now, this is the bottom of the... This is how it sits. It's just like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a round here and look at it. Okay, we're back. I have my heatsink stuff back together. And you didn't want to hear me cuss anyway. I know you didn't. Okay, now this is going to go right into here. It's okay to be mad at your electronics. Just don't be violent.
Oh, hang on. I think it does.
Does it need to go the other way?
Yeah, I think that drive needs to come out first.
No, you're right. You're right. Okay, let's pop it. Oh, hold on. Let's unplug it first. There, there. Okay. And then what we're doing here is just rotating those little pins in that I showed you in the beginning, and you'll have seen them if you're taking one of these apart. Yeah, that just snapped right on there. Nice. Now we get to hear the little tang again. This is tells you that you did it right. And that, boom. Okay, everything's still in place. All our heat sinks look good. Let's go ahead and set this over. And
just like that.
Go to the front. What we got? Screw in the way. No, did I? What did we do? Did I miss something?
Can I see it? Mm-hmm. You need to get the line up just perfect, and then it should just slip.
There we go. Okay, everyone. I know this has been a very long video, but hopefully we will be able to edit it down very, quite a bit. So thank you for watching. And if you've never done maintenance on one of these HPs, then here's the info.
There.
Can we lean it up a little bit?
That looks better.
Excellent. We'll give that about a 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Okay. And or any computer, if you are thinking about redoing it, hopefully this gave you some clues or some tips or, a little entertainment. You have a wonderful day.